Okay, now we're live. Now we're live. YouTube looks like it's trying to catch up now. I see us on YouTube.
Both of us?
Okay, yes. Let's hit record real fast.
All right.
I don't know what just happened, but hey,
3,
it worked.
2, and 1. Click it.
Check. Click.
Check.
Got us. All right, we're all here. I don't know what just happened, but you know what? It worked, so we're good to go.
Cool.
All right. All right, what's up, everybody? On today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast, we talk about CLB and Donda. We talk about Karens, barbecues, and much, much more, including Noose and forgetting your history. Oof. All this and more on today's episode of the hashtag Blackout podcast. Pew, 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 pew. What's up? Welcome back. Welcome back and welcome back again. We're streaming live, finally. Live on video. I'm Jared.
What up, people? I'm Jay.
We're backing at it again, and we're streaming live on StreamYard as well as YouTube. So, yeah, man. So, very happy to see y'all. Very happy to see each other as always, but very happy that y'all can see us and put a face to a voice. If you haven't already seen our very fun and exciting, action-packed photo that Jay's created as our logo. So it's dope. Anyway.
Yeah. I have to do a new one of those.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, y'all, we're working through some kinks here. This is the first time we have been able to stream live together on YouTube, and the first time we've used StreamYard. So, yeah. So just bear with us as we go through this. But yeah, Jay, man, how was your week?
Man, it was good. Just another week of nothing. You know, what can I say? Just work, taking kids to school. More work, editing the last episode, which I always wait till the last minute to do because I just don't have no time during the week. But yeah, it was cool. Just another week in the hood. Nothing
good.
More.
Good. Yeah. Yeah, man, just another busy week for me as well. Wow, it was school and work, everything was fine. I got Karen'd at my house a couple days ago. That was interesting. And then you know, I had a barbecue competition yesterday I competed in, and yeah, so it was a busy, packed week, and dropped off some boxes at of season at the state fair because they're going to be selling it in the store. Mm-hmm. And while the state fair is going on, and while that's happening, I'm also doing a demo. A couple of demos at the state fair, food demos. So yeah, it was a busy week, man, but it was a good week nonetheless. Yeah, I got Karen at my house, right? So let's see here. I was I don't know. We're cooking dinner on the back porch. I was making some pizzas on that pizza oven, right? Mm-hmm. And then Savannah came to the sliding door, was like, hey, somebody's at the door. So I walked over to the front door. Little old like white lady was at the front door. And she was like, I feel like really embarrassed for, you know, coming over and like asking this or whatever. I've been thinking about it for quite some time. And she like had her phone, you know, in her hand. And I don't know if she was like, I don't know. It looked like the camera was on. So I don't know if she was trying to hit record or what was happening. But I was like, okay, what's going on? And she's like, yeah, but you know, you put your dog out on your deck, right? And he barks a lot. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. She's like, yeah, you know, some nights I have, you know, she's like, I have a grandson that I try to put down to bed. She's like, could you put your dog out there at like 7 p.m. every night? I was like, it's right around dinner time, so it's possible. So yeah, she's like, I have a grandson that I put out to bed, or I try to put down to bed, you know, around that time, and then I just want to actually like rest and relax and enjoy the night outside sometimes or something like that. And she's like, and your dog just barks so much sometimes. And I was like, I understand that. He's a puppy first. He is a dog. So that's what they do. He's barking at people who walk by on the trail. Like it just happens, and I'm sorry about that. And we're working on it because we're training him. He's just a puppy. And she's like, yeah, but it's against the city ordinance, to let your dog just bark like that. I was like, is there a city? I was like, no. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah, but he's a dog. He's outside. He's barking just like other animals are outside making noises. She's like, yeah, but I've read up on this ordinance and yeah, I wanted to come over and talk to you before I actually called someone on it. I was like, excuse me? I was like, I apologize for the dog barking. I know he barks a lot, but like I said, he's barking at people going across the trail. He's barking at birds. Like, it's random. And guess what? He's a puppy. So until he learns to not do that, he's going to be doing that. And so she was like, she kept like repeating this, there's the city ordinance about noise and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, I've already apologized. Like, what do you want from me? We'll work on it. She's like, yeah, because, I just have to, but she's like, so, I just wanted to come and talk to you before I had to call somebody. I was like, please call them because I've already told you what the deal is. And she's like, you can't just leave she's like, said, you can't, it's illegal to leave to let your dog stay outside. And I was like, excuse me? She's like, it's illegal to like leave your dog outside. I was like, no. You can leave your dog outside. You can let him just stay there. I was like, and the dog's going to bark, but I can't just leave my dog in the house and let him poop and pee all over the house.
Right.
So he's not just going to live in my house. She's like, well, I know my daughter and son-in-law, years ago had to take the barker out of their dog because he was just so barky.
The barker?
I was like, excuse me?
The barker.
For real? Yeah.
Is it a robot?
Right.
The barker.
Is it a car part? I was like, okay. I was like, once again, I'm sorry. We're working on it. He's a puppy. He's like 8 or 9 months old. So he's still learning. He's got to learn how not to bark at everything. So what else? She's like, yeah, well, I just wanted to do that before I, had to make a call or, and I was like, please call them. Go ahead. Call them. Do it. Then I just closed the door in her face.
I
was like, man, are you kidding me, man?
The barker.
Yeah. And then of course, like, as I was closing the door, my wife was walking out of my room and she was like, I don't know who that was. I couldn't hear them, but I heard you talking. So I can imagine what she was talking about, the dog barking. I was like, yeah. I mean, the dog does annoyingly bark. Like, I will admit that sometimes. And we have a trail right near our house. So we see people, walking or running back and forth, people riding their bike, kids out there playing. Like, I mean, it is what it is, and there's deer that pass by as well.
Right.
So he'll bark at them. There's a couple dogs who live behind us. He doesn't normally bark at them. But like, my dog's not the only one that barks. A. B, it is a dog and dogs will dog. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
dogs will dog.
They gonna do what they gonna do.
They gonna dog.
And then the other thing is, and before she left, I was like, and where do you live again? And she was like, oh, I live on the other side of the community, like right across behind y'all. And so, yeah, so like, it's weird because behind our backyard, there's a little field and there's a creek, and we do have like some sort of backyard neighbors on one side, but there's a field and a creek, between, behind our yard, and then across that creek. And I mean, it's a tiny field, like it's a little green space, so it's not that big. But behind there's the creek, and then running along the other side of the creek is that path, and on the other side of that path is the backyards of the houses that live on the opposite side of us. So these people are not directly behind us. We do have some direct behind neighbors, but these people are like across the creek and over. So I mean, I would say it's a good 80 yards. Like if you went from my back door to their back door, right? Maybe 50. Yeah, I say maybe 50, right? So, I mean, they're not like right on top of us, right? but then again, and I don't know. She said where she lives, and according to who I sort of remember living in the houses that are over there, it's either one of two houses, right? And so there's one house I know this older couple lives in, and the other house I can't remember. I think an older couple lives in them as well. But it's either one of two houses. I know that the one house that I'm thinking of, I do see that sometimes they have their screen window open and stuff like that. And yeah, I mean, so this is the thing, dogs can be outside. That's not against the rules. There is a noise. There is a noise ordinance for construction that you can't do anything, between 10 p.m. and 7 a.m. There is also there's like a pet ordinance where apparently, if your animal is causing, some kind of nuisance, be it sound nuisance or being in somebody's yard and other things, then, you can request some help from like the animal, whatever services. I don't know what they call them. But then I'm like, it's 7 p.m. Nobody's asleep at that point. I know babies are, but hey, babies can be, but hey, it is what it is. B, how about you close your window, your sliding glass door? Or, C, guess what? Just realize that you live in a neighborhood, you know what I'm trying to say? And other people have other things going on. And, sometimes dogs just need to be outside.
Yeah.
Or
you could just remove the barker out of them.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, yeah, I'm going to tell you what, man.
I ain't never heard that before.
I'm not a dog fan at all, but you know what? I'm not going to go and maim an animal, just because the sake of it's annoying to me.
Wow.
You know what I'm trying to say? So this lady, I hope she come back. I hope I see her on her back deck one day. I can't wait. You know what? Sometimes when I'm outside doing yard work in the backyard, I'll have my speakers, pumping some music, like I'm streaming some music to it.
Yeah.
And, normally I have it like loud enough that I could hear in my backyard. Right. But I'm going to bump it up next time. I can't wait till we get some speakers wired for the backyard. And I'm going to really play some music. Man. When her sliding glass door is open.
Let me ask you this. Do you think it would have been a different situation if your wife went to the door?
Possibly. I think so when I went to the door, I could immediately see that she was intimidated and nervous.
It's like, oh, big black man.
I could immediately see it, especially because I didn't have the light on behind me and it was like sort of like dusk, you know what I'm trying to say? So like it was probably like a little darker than it probably could have been if it was like regular daytime. So I could tell that she was like a little intimidated and nervous. And then, so I told Sophie, I was like, I think if you'd have went to the door, it probably would have gone a little bit differently. But when I saw that lady's attitude change, I was like, the black about to come at me right now. You gonna feel this real quick. But she can't, she drove over in her little car, which is silly to me.
Yeah,
because she could have just walked over, She could have walked over.
Is there any other people in the neighborhood with dogs? I'm assuming there are.
Yeah. Our next door neighbor on one side has a big dog. Our neighbor behind us has 3 dogs, I believe. And they have a doggy door. So their dogs go outside whenever they want. They're outside a lot. Then
and they bark.
Yeah. And they bark. They're like Great Dane type dog. There's other people. There's somebody who lives, there's several people around us and around her that also have dogs. I know my dog is loud and annoying. I can hear him echoing sometimes. I really can if I'm outside. So, that is what it is. Also, there's another thing. Also, down the street from us, maybe like a quarter mile, is a like an equestrian center where they hold the rodeos and things like that. So sometimes at night, during the day, during the week, during the weekend, whatever, we hear announcements from them. I mean, you could hear it like you were at the rodeo.
Right.
Like it's loud, over the loudspeaker. So I mean, like it doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I'm trying to say? Somebody would come and do that.
Have you ever talked to your neighbors about her?
No, it's the first time.
What about the I mean, you're in pretty good standings with your neighbor. I mean, y'all talk.
Yeah. We're all
Like,
good. Yeah.
have you ever asked them, does your dog ever bother them, at particular time of day? Like as far as like the sound?
No, I haven't asked them. I do have a neighbor behind me, and I think initially the one that behind me with the three dogs, he told me one time, it was like, one of the first few times we really chatted. He said one like, "Oh yeah, your puppy dog, like he always barks at me or whatever." But he's like, "Yeah, but he's a puppy. He's little." And he's like, and I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." He's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's not a big deal." But now my dog doesn't bark at him anymore, bark at them, and he doesn't bark at our other neighbor or anything because they have a pool in their backyard. He'll like bark like maybe 2 times if he sees their dog, but then he stops. He doesn't carry on. He will bark at random people running up and down the trail because maybe to him it seems like, they're running away or running toward, what I'm trying to say. I don't know what it is. But that's it. We never gotten any complaints from anybody.
That's interesting, man.
And we live in a neighborhood where everybody is communicative enough that, like, they would say something to you, like, on a nice enough level if they're your next door neighbor.
Yeah.
The other part is, so in the part of this, so our subdivision was built in 2 halves. The half where they live, where this lady lives, is under HOA. It was like the first phase of it.
Mm-hmm.
If she lives in one of the 2 houses, I think, then we actually moved in before they moved in. So we were here longer. So we'll just say it like that. If she lives in the other house, they're here like 3 months longer than us. So whatever. Anyway, but our half of the neighborhood is not under HOA at all. So, we don't have all those HOA guidelines. They do. They got to spend, I don't know how many $1,000s a year for HOA. We don't have to spend anything. So, maybe she doesn't know that we're not part of the HOA, or maybe she, just think that we should all, I don't know. Maybe she thinks there's different guidelines, but she ain't gonna come to my house and talk to me like that. Even though my dog ain't my favorite thing, like I'm not a dog person and I'm not like, lovey-dovey on him or nothing like that. Like she ain't gonna come to me and talk to me in my house like that, especially say something like take the barker out of your dog. Cause like, I said that to my wife and kids, and they like my son, I mean, basically was like, man, I hope, I don't know. He said something pretty mean about like, I hope, he would say something like, I hope that like her dog bites her or something, like her dog, I don't know.
Damn. Teenagers.
Yeah. Or it was maybe one of those KYS things, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope she dies or something from a dog. Wow. I don't know. It was crazy. But, I
guess you'll find out within the next week or so if you get a letter in the mail or if some kind of city person comes to your house and says, hey, we've been getting complaints about your dog barking, keeping up people at night. You'll know exactly who it is. It won't be people, it'll be person.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the thing. The thing is, I can look out my back door or be on my back deck or be in my backyard and see whoever this person is. So the next time they get out on their deck, if I'm out there, I'll be able to see them. You know what I'm trying to say? So I wonder what's going to happen, because like in a couple of weeks, we're supposed to have my wife's family over for like a barbecue. Maybe like 20 or 30 people, right, hanging out in the backyard. And so I wonder if she's going to call in a noise ordinance on that. It's funny because yesterday I went to this barbecue competition. I left, before the chicken or the roosters woke up. But then, my wife texted me. I texted her and asked her to send me a picture of something that I needed to see. And, it was like, it might be maybe like, 7:30 in the morning, something like that. And she texted me back. She's like, you're lucky, because the neighbor next door woke me up because he was mowing his yard. Should I call a noise ordinance on that? Oh, man. It's just wild, man. I don't get it, man. But, hey, I'm just wondering out there if anybody else has had a similar scenario. But as soon as she started pulling the noise ordinance card, I was like, all right, Karen, all right, we're going to stop right now. You know what I'm trying to say? I told my other friends about this, you know, the situation, the barbecue friends and stuff like that when we were at the competition. Mm-hmm. And they were all just like, you know, they were all just like, they were all flabbergasted. You know what I'm trying to say? Right. They couldn't believe it. So
that's entertaining, man. It's pretty entertaining.
OWP, old white people.
Wow. I mean, I could say I had somewhat of a similar situation. They just didn't pull the whole city compliance thing. It's just my neighbors in the back of me. They're pretty old. They're I guess in their early 70s, maybe mid 70s, something like that. But, you know, they're just always complaining about their lawn and stuff, or not really our lawn, but you know, sometimes there's crab grass that grows, and it'll kind of snake its way through the fence, and they'll remind me, they'll say, "Hey, Jonathan, come here. Can you come see? Have you been mowing here?" I'm like, "Yes." "You think you could weed eat this little part right here?" And it'll be like a little 2-foot section where there's like a couple little pieces of crabgrass growing through. And cool, I'll get it, no problems.
Yeah.
You know, but then when it comes to like really city ordinance type stuff, we only supposed to be watering our grass twice a week with sprinklers. They are so anal about their grass and their lawn that they water it whenever they want to.
Yeah.
You know, I went outside this morning. I see them sprinklers on in their backyard. You know, and of course, city here, they will fine you if they see you watering your lawn outside of your specific days and times. So
really,
yeah.
Actually, I remember that, and I do remember that happening because I remember getting cards in the mail about it and stuff like that when we lived there.
But I'm not gonna call on them.
Yeah, we're supposed to have a similar scenario here. You know, where you where the city can be called on you or whatever, or the city, will come and give you a ticket because, we're under like, I think the longest drought in the history of this state. And actually there's parts of the city where they are, they're cutting off secondary water. Like the city is cutting off people's secondary water. So they absolutely cannot water their lawn at all. So it's interesting when they do something like that, because if you go by a city park, the city parks get watered.
Right.
The schools' fields get watered. But you can't water your own lawn?
No.
I don't know. And most of the time, those city parks, sprinklers be sprinkling the sidewalks and the street.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what's wild is like during the winter when it's like freezing, some companies will still run their sprinklers and there'll be frozen ice all over the street, all over the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Supposed to get in trouble, but I don't know if they do. I'm not gonna call and complain. I'm not that type of person to carrying it out.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think
that's pretty funny. Remove the barker from your dog.
Yeah. When I heard that, I was like, all right, we're gonna talk like this. Okay, let's talk like this. Let's really talk like this. So we're gonna see what's gonna happen. You know what I'm trying to say? I do have to be cognizant of the fact that I am the only black man within this neighborhood. I know that. I haven't met all the neighbors that are moving in yet, but I am sure that they probably won't be any other black people. There is one black child that lives 2 doors down from us, and he was adopted. So
when the music complaints come in, we know who to look at.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, okay, so the neighbors behind me with the 3 dogs, it's funny because let's see, it's a white guy and his wife is like, she's got to be like Filipino or something like that. I think she's some kind of maybe like Latin American combination. But they hang out in their backyard a lot. They have friends over a lot. They pool. Their kids play out there, and they like bump their music way louder than any music I've ever played out there, and loud enough that it could be heard in multiple neighbors around. So hey, maybe one day we'll sync our sounds and double He'll make stereo sound outside and just angle our speakers directly at those people's houses. Yeah, and then like I said, it's only 2 houses that I believe that I'm thinking of it could be, and they're like 2 doors down from each other, so they're right there.
Mm-hmm.
But still, it's far enough away to where like I'm just sort of incredulous, But whatever. I mean, hey, she came over. She started out nice, which I appreciate. But when she started getting that attitude, we wasn't having that no more.
Yeah, I got you.
Wasn't having that. So, wow. Yeah. So, you know what? That's that. Yesterday, had a barbecue competition that I did. It's a backyard competition. So it's not a big competition where they do brisket, pork shoulder, chicken, ribs, like a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Backyard competitions are strictly chicken and pork ribs. So me and a partner of mine teamed up to do it. He actually lives on the street behind me. He does have a dog as well. So just in case.
He had the barker removed.
Yeah, no, he didn't have the barker removed. Not at all. But yeah. So we both competed. He did ribs. I did chicken. Man, his ribs were like perfect texture, perfect everything. I think the flavors were great. He got, what did he get, like 16th place, I think, which I was really shocked by because they were great. The Utah, so the Utah flavor palette is more sweet. They don't really like heat at all. The mass majority. There are people who like heat, but the mass majority does not like it.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you come to one of these competitions, it is judged by judges who do like the big competitions, who do have like 4 or 5 different meats, and they are aware of all different kinds of flavor profiles. But the judges here in this state, apparently very soft when it comes to different flavors, and it's got to be sweet. So ribs supposed to be sweet. My partner did not glaze with a sweet glaze. He used like basically like a butter brown sugar, and then also this barbecue sauce that's from a company that makes hot sauces. So it's probably a little more savory, a little more spicy than it should have been, even though it wasn't spicy at all. It just wasn't sweet. So he placed 16th. I was shocked by, because I taste some ribs from people who placed above him, and I was like, how? You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
How?
Yeah.
And there's a whole nother story with some of those, but hey, whatever. But then I made chicken drumsticks, and generally in these competitions, you either do chicken thighs or chicken drumsticks, and you have to turn in a minimum 6 pieces of whatever you're turning in. So I did drumsticks. They looked beautiful. They looked like little, like meatball sticks or meat sticks. Drumsticks.
I was going to say little angel drumsticks.
Little angel drumsticks. No, they weren't angel drumsticks. But no, they were delicious. The color was good. The flavor I thought was delicious. It was sweet. I actually used like some honey powder in the rub that I created for it, and I placed 12th, and I was shocked. Two of our barbecue friends were cooking in the tent right next to us. I think they got like a 5th place or 3rd place chicken, something like that. And I tasted this chicken. It was really good. So, big ups.
You were shocked in a good way or a bad way?
I was shocked in a bad way that I got that low.
So how many was the total competing?
18.
Oh.
So I looked at that. I was like, dude, I tasted the chicken of the guy next to me. Actually, I finished. There was a guy on the other side of us. I tasted his chicken. We finished higher than them, so that was that than him. I was fine with that. But like the flavor that I tasted, people that came by and tasted my taste testers, it was all like, man, this is good chicken. So yeah, I don't know. The thing is, they give you it was cooked all the way through. I did everything I needed to do for it properly. Mm-hmm. I'll send you a picture here in a little bit, but essentially, I thought it was dead on. That's the problem, though. When you are doing those barbecue competitions, you it could be the best cook you ever made in your life, but the judges may not agree, and also you don't know whose table you're going to land on. You could land on a table of a judge that is great and is looking for that flavor. You could land on the table of a judge that may not be looking for that flavor, and so it is what it is, man. But I'm gonna tell you this though, I had two main motives this time around, two main goals. One was to beat the last placement that I had last time in barbecue chicken and rib competition. So I did finish higher than chicken last time, because I think last time I was chicken, I was like next to last. And there was a lot of problems with that, mainly the smoker that I was using and some issues that happened with it during the cook. So I finished higher than that placement, which is good, relatively. And then to also beat this other dude who like threw down the gauntlet against my teammate, saying that he wanted to be him. My teammate like had never met this guy in his life. He only like knew him through like Instagram. And the only time my teammate had like commented on this guy's post, like or anything like he liked some of his posts. And then he commented, "Oh, nice ribs," one time. Like he didn't even like say anything disparaging. But as soon as like my teammate posted that he was going to be a part of this competition, the guy was like, "I just want to beat such and such." And I was like, that's whack, man. Like you don't come at somebody. Like if you have a reason to come at somebody, that's cool. If you're trying to throw down a gauntlet to like assert dominance, okay, maybe. But like in this scenario, the guy seemed like he had been wronged by my teammate. And they had never met in real life. They met and talked for like 2 minutes at this competition. That was it. So I don't know. That was our other main goal, and I finished higher than him on chicken. My teammate did not on ribs. But this is the other thing, man. People have these Traeger grills out here, and not just here, but everywhere else. And a Traeger grill is a pellet grill. It's like a easy bake oven of a grill.
Yep.
Compared to having more skill involved. So that is the other problem with the Utah taste palette, because that grill company is headquartered here right now. And tons of people, I meet tons of people at the farmers markets and other places. "Oh, well, I have a Traeger." "Oh yeah, I have a Traeger." "Oh, I did my ribs on a T." Like they say stuff like that. I'm just like,
instead of knowing how to manage coal and wood and smoke, they just put it on and let the Traeger do its thing.
Yeah. You just put pellets in there, turn it on, set it to the temperature and time, and you just wait. You go to bed instead of waking up.
I thought about getting one of them, but then I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of used to this charcoal wood since I've been a little kid. So
yeah, there is a space for it. There's a space, because there's a lot of people who would not have approached barbecue at all without that, right? There's a lot of times where you do want a quicker meal, and instead of lighting up charcoals, you turn one of those on. It heats up in like 5 or 10 minutes. You're good to go. But the fact that the view is slowly or quickly, I don't know what you want to call it, especially because Corona, quickly getting skewed, that is the flavor that people should be looking for when they get barbecue, hurts the rest of the barbecue industry, mainly restaurants, because people go there thinking they're going to be like that, and they taste differently. They may not like it, or they may be like, "Man, that's the best thing I've had in my life. Why does my Traeger not do that?" And so you can tell the difference what you're eating and from what kind of grill it's on. So, hey, man, yeah, I don't know, man. I was annoyed by it, but I can also accept the fact that, that there's other people out there that can also, cook better than me, but then also, that you're going to hit a judge's table, and sometimes you might hit and sometimes you might not. So whatever.
Yeah. But I mean, it's all about learning the process, improving on your process. I mean, if you think you did something wrong, I mean, you just never know. just keep on pushing to the next competition. And,
yeah, that's true. Yeah, next competition I'm actually doing with my brother. I convinced him to drive up from California on November 6th. So we're doing one in southern Utah.
Cool.
So yeah, we'll do that. That'll be fun. And the flavor palette down there is different than the one up here. So I think that I'll still go with the similar recipe that I did this time, but I know that I think it'll be a better turn of events, I hope. And then but then there's a restaurant, a barbecue restaurant in Houston who uses my rubs for their stuff, their brisket and other stuff in their shop. And so they went and did a competition this past weekend. The guy told me that him and his dad were using the midnight on their brisket. And I think this guy, he placed second in brisket, the dad placed third, or vice versa. So, hey, at least somebody know what they do with my rub.
That's good.
If it ain't me. Yeah. So, it's one of those things, man. And it's a process. As with anything, it's learning process. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man. But that's the wildest stuff that's happened on this side this week. I know that we have a lot of voicemails from our Memphis correspondent. But I also know that CLB dropped, as well as Donda. Certified Lover Boy, as well as Donda. And then
I heard somebody call it Certified Boy Lover. I was like, wait, what?
Oh,
is that it?
Oh, man. And then also we saw earlier this week how some people just forget the history of our culture, regardless of what country you're in. These noose ties. Tell me about what you saw in noose ties.
All right, man. So I've seen a lot of questionable fashion in my day. From, I guess, just this past summer, going to the mall for like the first time in a while. I saw bulletproof vests being sold, bulletproof vest replicas, if you want to call it that, being sold in stores. Don't really get it, but hey, whatever you want to do. And then this past week, just scrolling through Facebook, I saw this one post about some Noose neckties. Is it Noose neckties? Noose ties. I don't. It's kind of weird saying Noose neckties, but they are. Let me see. They're called Daniel's rope ties, and this is by a young entrepreneur designer from Africa, southern part of Africa, South Africa. Let me see if I can find the actual. Let's see, Polokwane. That's in South Africa. So, yeah, you're South African, and I'm going to read his reasonings for this particular tie. So he says the rope tie are my work, and the motive is to change the past act and the mindset that when people see a rope, all they think is suicidal or lynching. I know the history, and I'm not here to offend any family being a victim in the days. We need to change the rope. We need to change that the rope is not only used to take people's lives, but also something good can come out of the same object. I'm not promoting suicide or saying people should hang themselves. Those who like the idea will understand. And of course, you got to excuse the way he writes this, but those who like the idea will understand. And I don't know what it's supposed to be. Of course, of course. Of course, to some it will look like a bad idea. The USA. Okay, you're pulling up the thing.
I'm pulling it up right here.
The USA journalist has been in touch, and I explained this work. Past is past, and something needs to change in the new generation. It is unfortunate people have been killed by a noose, but I am not evil. Yeah, so that's his wording, his statement about his particular rope ties. Now,
we proud ourselves in bringing tomorrow's fashion today. Well, first of all, as soon as you read that's like the title of one of their posts. First of all, as soon as you read that, then you knew what was up. Daniel's rope ties style is unique, simple, and fashionable. Nah, B, I'm not about that life. Let me see if I can
No,
scroll.
no. Because see, it reminds me, like we talked about a few episodes ago, the bolo tie for cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how it hangs. Let me not use hang. That's how it sits on the around the neck and hangs down.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, I've heard different people from Africa, you know, speak on, I guess, their thing with, I don't want to say their deal with slavery, but a lot of them seem to not know what actually went on, I guess, here in America, because they don't really teach that over there. And I've heard many African people say this. So I'm just thinking he's completely ignorant to what that means to American Black folk and people who actually know about slavery. Now, a lot of times in his reasoning, he spoke of suicide. So I'm thinking that's the big thing in his particular statement is that his thought process is that he's completely ignorant to the what went on here versus the rope being used, suicide. You know, pretty much all over the world, a lot of people have been hanged.
Yeah.
And use the rope for suicide. And you know, not to bring it up, but you know, I had a cousin who hanged himself quite a few years ago. So
yeah,
you know, I could see his idea of that, but it's still I don't know, bro. That's kind of pushing it. This
nigga done forgot history. Either they didn't teach him or he forgot it straight up.
That's
or he didn't do the R&D. That's the thing. If you're a fashion designer, you got to do some R&D. Even if you do some R&D and you think about this, you know, even if he's thinking about it from the angle of, you know, people committing suicide, and I don't ascribe to that take that he doesn't know what happened here, and I'll tell you why in a moment. But even if it's coming from an angle of, you know, this is like we're trying to, you know, obviously like you know, not promote suicide, all this stuff. This is legitimately, like, literally putting a noose around somebody's neck. Yeah. If some people are on the edge, they'll buy one of these ties and they'll hang themselves with the tie. And you know why?
Possible.
Because they're already tempted. They're already tempted to do it. Oh, they bought this tie design? Oh, yeah. Great. Now I have an out. Now I have a reason. If something goes bad, you know, it's going to happen. And that's sad, man. That's the worst thing. You know what I'm trying to say? It's one of the worst things that can happen.
Yeah.
But doing a simple research, is this a good idea? Now, some people do things like that for shock value, but you would not expect it. You would not expect it from a Black person, an African person. Now I know that there's parts of Africa that sold slaves, but I also do know that nowadays, a lot of those parts of Africa are remorseful for what happened. But then also they realize that, hey, our ancestors then were looking for money. They were looking for status. They were looking for stuff. And that money that was provided by those, you know, by that was you know, was one of those things that led them there. Also, they were told, you know, by the colonizers that came to take the slaves, they were told different things, you know, that was going to actually happen to the people that left, even though they did leave in chains. You know what I'm trying to say? So, right. but they were told a different outcome would happen once the people made it to America. So, you know, I don't ascribe to the fact that he's, you know, that he did not know that, because there was an interview that somebody did, and I think he actually commented maybe on this post that I have up right here, or maybe one of the other posts, and said that he knows the history of what happened in America. Right?
Yeah, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, he knew the history of what happened in America, and he's sorry for that. And then he said some, you know, also, you know, about the you know, about the lynchings in America, also, you know, about the suicide, you know, all that stuff. So the thing is, he knew about that, and he created it anyway. You know,
okay.
There's no this picture right here where he's smiling.
Right.
Come on, man.
So let me play devil's advocate and and just ask a question.
Go for
Do
it.
you think? Okay, so we know what the rope symbolized for
Mhm.
Black Americans.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel the N-word is symbolized? Because we know where that one stems from.
Mm-hmm.
And
How does it symbolize in Africa?
no, well, how does it
Or here?
symbolize here? Because apparently we took that word that was used for oppressing us here,
Mm-hmm.
and we flipped it for a quote unquote something good and to symbolize something brotherly, which I
Yeah.
don't use it at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think maybe he's trying to do with these ropes is similar to what some Black folks have
Yeah.
did for the N-word?
I don't know, man.
It
Maybe
could pretty much be on the same playing field if you really want to think about it.
You're right about it, and maybe he's trying to draw a a parallel. This is the thing, though. Obviously, words that are written and words that are said and recorded are much easily remembered than words that are just spoken, because a lot of times, unless you're directing those comments directly at somebody, those words get forgotten over the course of time, or the context that they're in makes it more acceptable, even though saying that word isn't necessarily always acceptable, right? So maybe he's trying to draw a parallel there, but the thing is, this is a substantial piece of something that you can wear on your body that basically displays your style, your fashion, but also can bring up those negative connotations, the negative thought process, the history, also the negative feelings about suicide, negative feelings about lynching, people being dragged around, people being dragged like dogs. Like there's so much stuff that goes into this and the way it's designed. And I know that when people graduate from college, sometimes they do have like the little rope thing that symbolizes their school or their frat or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
That's not this. This is literally shaped like a noose.
Correct.
So I think that while he may be trying to draw some kind of parallel, I think that it's completely misguided and it doesn't hit the same way. Because, like it or not, the word nigga is a pop culture word that is more widely used now, among Black people and everybody else, to be honest, and in music. And you look at Instagram posts or TikTok posts and stuff like that. Every rapper, a lot of rappers' music has the word in there. Mm-hmm. So, people just post it. I mean, some random white dude that's like, in Germany, posting like a Jay-Z song with the word nigga in it. Like it's gonna happen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the unfortunate part is, or Minnesota, try to say something like that. So the unfortunate part is it's gonna happen, right? But I think having this is more offensive. I think it's more offensive. So I'm trying to think of something else that would also symbolize something like that. Also symbolize something like that. That would be just as offensive to another culture.
I mean, what about? Okay, have you seen a manila before?
Manila folder?
No, not a manila folder. Manila. It's the same. It was used as a piece of currency to buy slaves in Africa. And if you look it up, it looks just like kind of looks like a horseshoe. Let's see.
Manila, Africa. What do you call it?
Manila.
African money.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It was used by a wife. So just
okay. I see. Here we go.
There you go. That right there. So that was used as like a form of like commodity to purchase, slaves in West Africa.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So let's just say somebody came out with, I don't know, some chains or bracelet or something like that. Even though there are some places in Africa where some tribes use something similar to this to wear, but it's not on like a grand scale where people are buying this and selling it in shops for fashion purposes. So let's just say somebody came out with something like that. Do you think that would still be as offensive as, say, the rope? So something that was used to buy slaves versus something that was used to hang black folks.
So in America, we probably wouldn't have a problem with this. In Africa, they would probably have a problem with this. But reading through this Wikipedia, I can't see when the last time this was updated, but it does say in popular, let's see here. Where does it say here? Manillas continue to serve as money and decorative objects until the late 1940s and are still sometimes used as decoration. In pop culture, they're particularly associated with the Atlantic slave trade. So it says if they're still sometimes used as decoration, it's still out there. So I don't know who's using it to decorate.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Portugal or Spain, but I think it would be. I think the history of that in that part of the world obviously makes sense. Where it would be more offensive probably to people in West Africa compared to people in America. I do believe that, and I think that is a regionally based, or maybe like that part of the world based thing. I think the rope transcends location. If that makes any sense, because while it is directly affected, directly related to lynching, black people here, but it's also directly related to suicide everywhere.
Right.
This is recognizable in every country in this design that this guy's made.
Right.
So yeah, I get where you're coming from. I think that might just be more what's the word, more offensive there, but then again, maybe not. Who knows?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something that may be like offensive to like an Asian culture. Other than like somebody doing like the thing with their eyes, what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
I don't know, man, which when we were kids, like that was okay, right? But
yeah, nobody told us any different. Like I could say I didn't know my first Asian person until like 4th grade, and before you see it on TV and stuff, and nobody made a big deal out of it. But now that you look back on it as an adult, you see that it's it's a wrong thing. Hell, even when I got to be in my teenagers and was starting to comprehend things better, I saw that was wrong. So I don't know what else. I mean, of course, us two are not Asian, so we can't really speak on what could be an offensive thing.
Your wife though, she
maybe she may know him. I'd call her in here, but I have no clue where she's at.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, it's just one of those things. I know there's different like hand gestures that you could do that's offensive to people in other countries, like thumbs up and like doing the peace sign and things that. I don't know. I guess okay, so here we go. So like the Hitler, like Hail Hitler symbol, like things like that. So like the Third Reich cross and all those things, like if it was a swastika symbol, that would be extremely offensive to anybody who was Jewish. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if somebody, and I know this stuff is out there, so people who are idiots, will wear those types of things as jewelry, or will tattoo it on their arm, or whatever. So, I mean, that's out there. And I think that is something that would directly correlate to this. I don't know but see, this is the thing. And I think this is the thing where those two match up. It's like that is still seen as highly offensive, in and people will get, you get called out on it just like this. The problem with this is it's a black dude. It would be worse if it was a white dude. It would be bad if it was a white dude who came out with this, obviously. And it would be like the offensive train of, just like the Judaism thing. But then this is one of your own. That's what it seems like. Sometimes it be your own people,
Yeah. I wonder I wonder if these are selling. Like, are they making a profit?
Of course, he's selling some. Like, I don't know how much he really selling, but he's got to be selling it just off the sheer
novelty of it.
Yeah. And the shock value. And also because there are people who were in the comments who are just like, you know what? I respect you for your creativity or something, or we're going to support you, brother, or something like that. This dude, I don't know, man. It's a clown. It's a clown show to me.
See, it's
clown show.
African rope wear.
Rope wear.
Yeah. See. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't wear one. I don't see them as, I honestly don't see them as super fashionable, but man,
26 years old.
I'm gonna be quiet because now I'm wondering to myself, would these, if we didn't know the history of the rope and all the negative things that came with a rope, would this be fashionable?
Yeah, it'd be fashionable just because it's just like any other necklace. That's what we would think. Because like a necklace,
I mean,
the only thing we've known about a necklace over the history of time is like people have worn them for jewelry. So there was never a negative connotation.
This is a tie.
Even the same thing, like a tie has always just been a tie. There was never a negative connotation with the tie, But the fact that this is a rope shaped like a noose is the problem. If this was a rope tie, like a bolo, or just a tie, like the typical, tie that you would get, like those basic ties, but it's just the shape of a rope, I think it would still be offensive then, but it would, like, if the fashion designer actually fashioned it in the same way you tie a tie, maybe not. But there would still be people coming out after it saying that it's offensive because it's a rope around somebody's neck. I think we've had such a negative history with that in this country.
Yeah.
And really suicide overall. And there's so much suicide awareness nowadays that I think that this dude should have went a whole different direction. As soon as he thought this, he should be like, nope, next idea. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with you.
But maybe nobody ever would have heard of him.
Possibly. Yeah. It's possibly it has all eyes on him now. So he's, from what he says, I guess he was trying to turn a negative into a positive, but I'll stop commenting on it.
Yeah, it's just ridiculousness. That's all I got to say about
what it is. Yeah. All right. Well,
give a little, help a lot. That's what it says from one of the photos there. Come on, bro. See, in Africa though, they be doing it different in Africa. But you can't trust somebody with one of these hats on. That's what I've come to find out. People who wear these hats, like, what is it, like a old, like what kind of hats are those? You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, I see. I know people that wear them hats.
Don't trust them always, man.
Hey, man, I was gonna get me a hat like that.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. There's something up there.
Yeah, my brain.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Hey, buddy. All right.
Yeah.
Now I could say something about them other hats with them big old bills, the big brown ones that look like cowboy hats. I don't know if I trust those.
Yeah, you're right. And then also the people who wear those, like the moms who wear those like military style hats. Don't trust those either.
Yeah, see them right there. I'm not 100% sure about them.
If it's a do-rag though, you can definitely trust it. Especially, dog ropes. Especially if it's a do-rag, from some dude named Ray Ray that you met at the Dollar General. That just say, I want to get your number. Your number. I'll get your number. Speaking of getting your number, tell the people how they can leave some voicemail. Yeah, I get to these
voicemails. 385-3-BLAKPC or 385-325-2572 is where you can give us a little shout out. Tell us what you think about these ties, these rope ties. If you just tell us your honest opinion about them, you know, whether it be, you know, this guy's completely ignorant to the fact, or if he just did it for complete shock value, whether he's trying to bring a negative to a positive. I don't know. Just let us know what you think about him, or if you think about anything else. What other negatives would you like to see turned into a positive?
Man, yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll bench that. And you know what? We can't wait to hear what people say about that. But yeah, here's that first voicemail. 3, 2, 1.
Hey, y'all. It's Memphis Diva 99. First day back at work from vacation/COVID.
Yeah.
I was listening to y'all's show today while I was catching up on my 142 emails that I had to respond to. And starting 5 podcasts, going to be starting 4 podcasts. Because I don't want to date a youngin'. I've dated young people, men, 10 years younger than me. And I'm still single. Although once upon a time
Sorry.
Really liked one, but he was in a situation. Yeah, he knocked on my door on his wedding day. I said, you know, go on and marry your sweetheart. That's who you. Don't be trying to rebound with me before I come to your wedding. But anyway, that didn't work. So, yeah, that was way a long time ago. I'm gonna call y'all back because I just got mad. Hold on, I told that man to bring me some Pepsi and put them on my porch when I was sick with the seed. I'm gonna call you back.
Wow, so she did have somebody show up on their wedding day.
Dang.
On their wedding day. Wow. I gotta say, so when she was talking about that, I thought about something. I saw this post, I think it was within the past week or so, where somebody was like, you know, you want something fun and random to do? Attend somebody that you don't know's wedding, and at some point in time during the ceremony, stand up and yell, "I still love you," and see what everybody says, and then take about 5 seconds and turn around and walk out.
You know, I actually know some people like that would actually do that.
Really?
I do. Man. I know some people, or knew some people. Wow, that would be funny.
That would be hilarious.
I'm sure you'd hear all kind of gasping. But then it's like, who would this particular person be talking to if it was a guy standing up? Would he be addressing? Oh shit!
Yeah,
addressing the wife, the potential bride, or would he be addressing the groom?
Yeah,
that would get a lot of looks from the people.
Yeah, that would be funny. You know, that would be really funny, and yeah, it would be interesting to see, you know, who turned around, or like if you just. You know, if you just got like the husband or the guy's name or the girl's name, whatever it is, and yeah, just bust it out their name and say, "Johnny, I still love you. Don't marry her." You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, that's pretty great. Yeah, let's see here. I'm gonna do something real quick. StreamYard. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. What's that? All right. Let me go to the next message. All right. Next message coming up here. 3, 2, 1.
My composure. Okay. Anyway, so this is me and y'all. Have y'all seen them Candyman movies? I was highly disappointed because like COVID, that's all I did was just watch TV and eat oranges and drink emergencies and all this crap and drink water with electrolytes and crap in it. But anyway, and eat soup. But so I really got confused with Candyman, so I had to go and watch all the Candyman. I'm still confused, but okay.
She's talking about the new movie?
I think she's talking about the first, the new one. And
would you like, is there anybody that y'all would like to call their names out 5 times to go beat up somebody?
Oh, to go beat up.
That you don't like, just don't care, or is there somebody whose name just goes up on the Candyman board? I say Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy, you've been making some real crazy statements, and I think Trick Daddy. Did I say it? I better just say 4 times because, okay, he needs to go on the Candyman wall. I also like to put my ex to.
What just happened? I'm sorry. It just blanked out. My bad.
Like to call their names out 5 times to go beat up somebody that you don't like, don't care, or is there somebody whose name just goes up on the Candyman board? I say Trick Daddy. Trick Daddy, you've been making some real crazy statements, and I think Trick Daddy. Did I say it? So I better just say 4 times because, okay, he needs to go on the Candyman wall. I also like to put my ex-director, my ex-manager, and COVID. Okay, then.
Okay. All right. Who would you want to put on a Candyman board at this point?
To beat up?
I guess so, yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if I have any ill will to anybody. I don't know. I'm gonna have to come back to that one. Who would you put on there? Maybe our governor.
Yeah, your governor. Yeah,
our governor. All the people that let this pandemic get out of control.
Yeah.
That didn't believe it at first. That had some type of power to do something. But
yeah,
I think that's the first ones that come to mind.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely those people. Karens in general. We'll just say it like that. Just Karens in general.
Karens. Yeah.
I think those are the main ones that should be added to that wall. There's probably a lot more, but as far as products that need to be added to that wall, definitely those rope ties.
Oh yeah,
that would be one thing, among many others. But yeah, that would be the main thing. So yeah, I don't know. That's funny. Yeah, so the new Candyman is out already.
Yes, it is.
Is it just in theaters or is it streaming as well?
I think it's just in theaters. Yep.
Okay, so you haven't seen it yet?
Not the new one. I've seen the original 3, and I enjoyed those. I think Tony Todd, the original Candyman, was a great Candyman. I thought he was gonna play a little part in this new one. I have no clue.
I think he is because I thought I saw him on the cast list, but I might be wrong.
Okay, yeah, but I thought the first 3 were real good, and of course a lot of that stuff tied back to our previous subject of the ropes and and slavery time, racism type times.
Yeah.
I thought the first 3 were pretty good.
His name is on there. His name is in the cast list, and it looks like. Let's see what he does. Tony Todd. Let's see if it says what his role is in this one. I don't know. Actor. Yeah. Candyman 2001, Daniel Robitaille. So I don't know who that is compared to the regular person, but yeah, that's what I see. I see his name.
Yeah,
so he's on there.
Daniel Robitaille, he's a good actor.
Hold on.
I think that's the same guy. I'm thinking of
that's his character's name.
Oh, you're talking about Daniel. Okay, I'm thinking you're talking about the main actor.
Oh no, his name is Yahya Abdul Mateen.
Yeah, there you go. I remember him playing and stuff. He's a good actor. I thought that was his name because I always see the main him in the commercials and stuff and thinking that was just that's who you were talking about. But
nah.
Anywho,
yeah. Well, one day I'll see it.
Yeah. Have you saw?
I saw the original. Yeah, I saw the original. The original one.
The first one.
Yeah, and that freaked me out.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
I forgot when that came out. That came out in the early 90s, I think. I don't remember, but yeah.
Yeah, no. Nope, that freaked me out. Forget that. So he might be reprising a portion of his role as the original Candyman in this movie.
Okay.
They might just be doing like little vignettes or flashbacks or something like that. That's what it looks like. So
yeah, I actually watched came out in 1992, the original Candyman. I watched that maybe about a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
Still pretty good, man. Still pretty good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. One day I'll watch it. One day I'll watch it again. The other versions of it, I guess. So
yeah, may as well.
Yeah, one day. Anyway, all right. Well, here we go. Next voicemail. Let's go ahead and get into that. 3, 2, 1.
Y'all, it's me, Memphis Diva, driving home from work, and I understand where y'all are coming from when y'all talking about the long line. Because I just saw one. Gosh, I thought they was in line to get some night people, but they wasn't. They was in line to pick up their children. So you know what? Okay, you got all black, some black pants, black shirt, right? You go get you some tape and spell SWAT on it, right? And so you park your car and you put SWAT on your car, the stickers. And oh shit, I just hit a pothole. Was that a pothole or was that somebody? No, it was nothing. Anyway, and then you pull up in your car and you got me light. And then you just pull up front, you just bogart and say, I'm SWAT. I'm here to pick up somebody. And then you pick up your kids and then bam, you're out of there. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna no, it's not gonna work. Okay. All right. Well, I tried to help y'all, but I guess you don't want none of my help. That's about it for me. Florida was great. On the motorcycle. We got caught in storms and had truffles blowing it up. And
truffles?
Oh yeah, I know what I got to say. I'm gonna call you back. Yeah. I'll call you back.
That's funny. I don't know how many times the SWAT thing would work. You'd have to maybe change cars often or something like that.
Yeah.
And then people would start
trying it. I'm not
people be questioning their kid going to your kid's school if the SWAT car is always showing up. You know what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, that's funny. All right, here we go. Next up.
Yeah, okay. So this made me confused. What the heck was? Oh, yeah. Okay, so y'all mentioned that I need to go to a club that's 35 or older. I am. Yes, I have. And I ain't got time. It be full of married homes. And it be full of sugar daddies that take a lot of Percocet. Wait a minute. Viagra? They probably mix it with Percocet too. Hell, I don't know. But it be full of them. And I ain't got time. You know, you got to keep up with me. I ride bikes. You got to keep up. I'm not saying you have to have a motorcycle. But, you know, I don't have time to be for no old man to be like, call me daddy, or secret videotape me trying to blackmail me. And don't ask me how I think I'm gonna chill from left for a minute until I get trustworthy, because that COVID stuff got me shaking up. But back to the sugar daddies, I've been to clubs that they're 35 and young and older, and they act cool too. So whenever it's my time for me to meet somebody, I'm pretty sure God will, send me to meet somebody. Yes, He will. And until then, I just keep being great. But I can't see myself. See, the young folks, they still wearing baggy pants and never mind. I done got depressed. Lord Jesus, I'm just gonna drive my car and be quiet.
Okay.
Yeah, them young guys still do be sagging their pants. I still don't get that trend, but
Yeah.
it's all good.
You got
whatever they do.
Gotta let everybody see your flat booty. That's what it's about.
Let them see your Fruit of the Looms or your Calvin Kleins.
Yeah, it's so funny. She said the clubs be full of married hoes and sugar daddies.
She right?
It's true. Married hoes and sugar daddies. I like that. All right, here we go. Next up, 3, 2, 1.
Y'all, it's me, Memphis Diva 99. First, I wanted to say, y'all in these puppy show or titles, lactation, y'all know damn well relationships be lactating. Okay, y'all, anyway. So
chest
they got
feeding.
the crate challenge. America, what's wrong with y'all?
Oh, I thought she said she did the crate challenge.
Y'all, we need to do a challenge. I would like to have the men do a challenge, a penis challenge.
What?
You know, how they were doing the silhouette challenge. Man, why don't you do a silhouette of your Jimmy Jaws, John challenge? That would be nice. Or, why don't y'all put some money in a crate challenge and send it to me? Or, yeah. Well, I would like to do a dating challenge. Like, do y'all still take women on dates? I ain't talking about the married people. I'm talking about single people. I mean, I'm just saying, y'all doing all these challenges, America. Why don't you do a cure COVID challenge? Y'all, I am paranoid right now.
Yeah.
COVID just scared me. Oh, well, I guess I'll go get my mail out the mailbox. I'm sure it's some bills. Okay, then, bye.
Yeah, I'm not sure that penis challenge is going to take over, but
yeah, no, I don't think so.
If it turns into a TikTok video, it will. So who knows? Make a TikTok, Kayla. Let's see it.
Tahir Moore did something similar to that. A silhouette challenge with and Tahir Moore, he's already like he's a little overweight. Mm-hmm. So he had a can of biscuits, them long biscuit cans. And he did the whole silhouette, and he just slowly raised the biscuit can up so it looked like it was his penis getting erect.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I thought it was funny.
Okay, I see it right now. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, I mean, hey, that would be funny.
That's the closest you could get to a penis challenge, a penis silhouette challenge.
That's pretty funny.
I would like to see a America Get Common Sense challenge. America Pick Up a Book and Learn Something challenge.
Yeah.
I don't think that would take off, but
America Don't Be a Karen challenge. I don't know. Here we go. Next up.
Hey y'all, this is me, Memphis Diva. I'm having one of my Y days. So why do some people, such as men, walk around with their pants hanging and then have a belt around their booty, and then you showing your drawers? Like, what is it? What is it? Like, this documentary said buying these Infinities with dropout tags and they raggedy. Okay, then. Just, I'm having a wild day. I'm going to call y'all back.
There you go.
Yeah.
Same question about sagging the butt and sagging the pant. And in prison, it's a come get my booty call out. So, do you want your booty on the menu all the time?
Mm-hmm. And I've heard a couple explanations, but that's one of them. The other one was that it came from hand-me-down clothes. I can't. I'm just repeating what I heard. Don't quote me on this.
Mm-hmm.
Came from hand-me-down clothes. You get the hand-me-down clothes, the ones that's too big for you. Some of the kids, some of the young boys, they were way too big and they'd sag down. So it was a poverty sort of situation. But I don't like it either way. I mean, you got belt. That's what you got a belt for. I know I've had some hand-me-down pants before, and I've always had a belt to hold them up. So
I sagged back in the day. I don't do it anymore. But I did
I was
sag.
like 17. It wasn't to the extreme that it is now, where it's below your butt cheeks.
Yeah, I never did that. I never got that low.
No, man. They've even sold pants like that. I remember back in high school where it looked like it was sagging, but it's really around your waist.
Yeah.
So I think
funny.
that's right. So, but no, I don't get the sagging. I definitely don't get the skinny jeans, because that's just funny watching somebody you wear skinny jeans and they sagging and they're trying to run at the same time.
The funniest thing is somebody wearing skinny jeans, trying to walk fast or run, but they also just got a new pair of Jordans or Air Force Ones, and so they're not trying to crease the toe.
Yeah.
Just see somebody running like that. It's so bad. They look like a robot. You know what I'm trying to say? It's funny, man.
They do.
And I don't know about the Infinities, why people buying busted up Infinities, but maybe they're buying some cheap, like used car Infinities that are jacked up. I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to come up, Caleb. What they're trying to do is they are trying to come up so they can, holler at you for a date. So here we go. Next up.
Hey, #Blackout Podcast. It's me, Mrs. Steven 99, but y'all don't call me that no more. Y'all just say Caleb. Hey, I'm coming to y'all at 8 o'clock a.m. Memphis, Tennessee time. One of my wild segments. Why do people get up in the morning and go to the store to buy beer and drink it at this time of the morning? Why? Is it like coffee? I'm just trying to figure it out. I want to ask, but I'll probably get cussed out. Or better yet, robbed. Or better yet, ask, they may want my phone number because I'm so, I ain't too sexy for my shirt. Okay, but anyway, that was my why segment. And I have one more. This is my who told you section.
Who told you?
Who told these young folks that it's okay to wear green and purple and blue hair? You're looking like the United Colors of Benetton. I'm just, who said it was all right? I'm tired of looking at females that look like mermaids. I be wanting to say, hey, little mermaid, hey, ghetto mermaid. You go to work like that? Who said it was all right? Oh, Lord. I'm over it.
United Colors of Benetton hair. So, yeah, man. So people waking up early in the morning and buying beer and drinking it throughout the day. I mean, there is that saying, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, right?
True. That is true.
I don't know, man. So I was at the barbecue competition yesterday. We had to get there at 6 a.m. because that's like the like the load in process. Like that's when you set up and stage. And then so I know I woke up at like 4:15 to drive where we had to go. And then throughout the competition, whatever happens. But I do have a couple barbecue friends that were like cracking beers at like 9 a.m. It's like, bro, it's too early. They're like, Jared, you want one? I was like, no.
Nah, B.
No, talk to me in like 2 hours when I'm about done with what I need to do. But no, I've seen people like that. Also, going to Las Vegas, it don't matter what time of day it is. You're gonna find a place to get a drink, and you get a drink early in the morning. I mean, this is the thing though. People get up early and they drink beer, and you say stuff, but you don't say anything about nobody getting a peach Bellini, or a Bloody Mary for breakfast or brunch. That happens. It's out there.
Yeah. I can't speak on it because I don't even much drink. So
unless it's somebody walking down the street with a paper bag.
True.
That old
I could recall some summer spending time with a certain relative that lived down Martin Luther King Boulevard in Houston, and I would walk to the gas station.
I already know.
I walk to the gas station and see, guys out there. I know what they had in that paper bag early in the morning, getting full, early in the morning. So yeah, I could definitely see that. Some people, but yeah, you already know who I'm talking about.
I already know, man. I already know. Yeah, it's wild. I remember going. I don't know if you remember this, but I remember we were at Aunt Bernie's house for one of those family thing, barbecue, whatever. And who is it? I can't remember why we went to the corner store to pick up something. Maybe it was to pick up a drink for somebody or something like that, or pick up a I don't know, buy something for somebody, or maybe we just were getting stuff for ourselves. But I remember buying a can of it was one of those old like malt beverages drinks, like before they had the Smirnoff Ices and things like that. It was like an energy drink before they had energy drinks. It just had like a cool can, a cool name, but it was an alcoholic malt beverage, right? And I bought it
for yourself.
Yeah, I bought it and I was like 12. I can't remember how old we were, but we were young, too young to buy alcohol. We'll just say it like that. The dude at the store sold it to us. We walked out the door. I remember walking back and cracking it open and having a drink because it was like, I don't know, it was supposed to be like strawberry or watermelon flavor or something like that. And I drank it and started to burn my throat. I was like, this stuff is hot. It must be bad. And you're like, hey, let me have some. So I gave it to you. You drank it. You're like, I like it. You kept it. And then later on, come to find out that it was actually an alcoholic beverage. Man, I can't remember the name of it.
Really? I kept it and I drank it all?
Yeah, the brand is not around anymore. Yeah, but you kept it and drank it.
Okay. Well.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I guess that memory just got wiped away.
Because the problem is it was like in the section with the sodas and the juices.
So the store owner probably just didn't know it all either.
Maybe he didn't.
Because it looked fun.
But also, that's the hood. That's MLK.
Yeah.
So back then, there wasn't no stickers on the thing that said we ID. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like they would just sell it. So if they didn't really care like that, they would just sell it. So yeah, I don't know. Okay, last email. Here we go.
Hey y'all, it's Mr. Steven 99. I'm at home chilling. It's like 2:40 a.m. and I'm just up watching TV. And today I went to my favorite store, Dollar General. And
what?
There's a rash of Dollar General burglaries. There's aluminum in the back of the store, I guess, how to get their products. They have to open this door. And the people are cutting the aluminum doors, cutting a hole in the doors. And robbing the store. But guess what? They're stealing out of Dollar General. Cigarettes. So my question to you is, if you had a chance to buy, if you were bad, okay, because y'all good guys.
Bruh.
But if you was a bad guy, what would you steal out of Dollar General? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to take all the batteries. all the batteries.
All the batteries.
I like the batteries.
Any electronic stuff they got. But then, I don't know. I probably would, but I love the moisture type soap, like Dove and all this stuff. I'll probably take some of that too. So if you had a chance, if you were bad and you were a criminal, what would you take out of Dollar General? I'm just
Dollar
curious.
General.
Other than that, nothing. Good morning, I guess. Hey, Mr. Startup 5 guy. How y'all doing?
Startup 5.
Jill Squat, huh? Yeah, Jill Squat. Lord have mercy.
Oh, man. And if you don't know what Jill Squat is, then you must not have heard our last episode with Dan from the Starting 5, where he had a nice little slip of the lip, and he said Jill Squat instead of Jill Scott. And that episode definitely took off from there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, yeah, thank you so much. Memphis Diva 99. Thank you, Kayla. So yeah, if you were bad, what would you steal from Dollar General?
If I was bad, I mean, I like the idea of stealing all the batteries. I like the batteries. I'd probably take me some batteries too. Can't get enough of AA. But
especially those brands that they have, it just has like the Bobcat on it. It's like, who came up with this brand?
It's like a Bobcat and a lightning bolt.
Lightning Bobcat. Batteries.
Tell you what, all them little Debbie cakes would be gone.
Ooh.
Yeah. When was the last time I've been to a Dollar General? Jesus. Yeah, all the snacks, little Debbie cakes would be gone. What else is in Dollar General? Is there an electronic section? Kind of, sort of.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're like
something that'll last a week, and that's
it. Yeah, it's the stuff that you find. It's the stuff that doesn't make it to like Marshalls, and Ross, like in the little headphone section.
Yeah.
And then they also have like the stuff that isn't quite enough quality to be like in the dollar spot at Target or Walmart.
Yeah.
So, like those little body fans. I'm trying to say this on a rope around your neck. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I just said it.
Yeah, well, What else, man? I'm trying to think. The last time I've been to a Family Dollar, that's pretty much the same thing.
They have like the little like 1-packs. Those one that my mom used to call them Skeen. It's just like one little section of a pack of like Oreos. Like it comes in 3 sections.
Yeah.
Like they have like a Skeen of those cookies, and they're like grandma's cookies or something like that. And they have chocolate, vanilla, or the chocolate vanilla
combination. Yeah.
And you know what? Man. Them cookies is the ones that made black people and white people, want to love each other, because those cookies showed that, even though you might be two different flavors,
we can come together. Tastes good together. Make
that cream right between
little interracial cookie babies.
Come together, make the cream, and you make some deliciousness.
There you go. I don't know, man. They'll probably be all snacks, all cheap snacks. Anything I could fit into the back of my truck.
Yeah.
All cheap snacks. That's it.
Oh man, I'm trying to think. So if I was bad, I would. If I was bad like that, I would take all the Snapples, because they have like the Snapples that have been at the regular stores for a long time, then they pass them off to Dollar General because they're like on the last month. So I'd take all the Snapples. I would take the board games that are like that, because they always have a few, like a couple of handfuls of board games that are like the actual brand name board games, not like the random. name. So I take all the little Milton Bradley board games and sell
Bunch
them
of
to make
packs
some
of
money.
Uno.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, all the packs of Uno. I would sell all of those because you buy them there for $2 a pack. You could flip them for like $8. And then Prairie Bell sausage. Do you know what Prairie Bell sausage is?
Sounds familiar.
It's like a little yellow and red can. It's like old school. They're like in a Vienna sausage style can.
Okay.
Like this little white boy on the front, and it's like old timey yellow and red can. And you open them up, and the sausage is like this dark red color. Let's see if I can pull them up. But they sell them. They sell them at Dollar General. Prairie Bell sausage. There it is. Prairie Bell smoked sausage. Yeah, let me share this. Man, this is delicious. Share screen. Share screen and a tab. Bam. Prairie Bell sausage. You seen these before?
I seen the can. I didn't have them before though.
Bam. Opie Taylor. Look at that.
Opie Taylor. That's his real name.
I don't know. I just made that up, but I remember Opie Taylor was one thing that they said about white dudes that look like that. Oh man, they sell them at Kroger, Walmart, Amazon. I might have to order some. I'm gonna tell you what, but Dollar General is where I found them. $1 each. They're probably the worst possible thing that you could eat.
Oh my god, yeah,
they're pretty bad.
Vienna sausage. You used to eat Vienna. I'm pretty sure it's on the same.
It's the same level, man.
Same level, but
yeah.
Vienna sausage, man. I used to tear up some Vienna sausage and some can of sardines.
Yeah. Look at that.
And now people look at me like I'm in Super Bowl.
Would you eat them together?
No, not together, but they'd be separate. We go on fishing trips. We just have a little bag full of Vienna sausage and sardines and a Pepsi, Coke, whatever. We'll get whatever kind of soft drink and a honey bun. Definitely a honey bun. Got to go with that. Yeah.
That sounds like a good little fishing trip to me. So you see this right here on the screen. This is the typical Prairie Bell sausage lunch. Some chips, Prairie Bell sausage, and then also, I don't know what this conglomeration of stuff on the side is here, but and this is from a foodie expert level number 5 that did this review. There's the inside, some conglomeration of meats and other fillers that you have no clue of, and then look at the juice. It looks like somebody smoked some chicken broth and mixed it with a little bit of spit from a tobacco can.
Okay,
that's what it looks like. It tastes delicious though. And then let's see
this
here.
would taste if you put it on the grill.
Bruh, these would be so good. Also, if it gets a little cold, you see how it like congeals on the lid?
Yeah.
It comes out like a sludge, like a slimy sludge.
Oh yeah,
but,
I remember that.
Yeah, just like the Vienna sausage. But you can see where this reviewer is from. Petal, Mississippi. So my dad used to love these because it was like a thing, a Prairie Belt. I mean, it sounds country. So it was like a thing there, and that's how we, were introduced to them. But I bet they'd be good on the grill. I'll tell you what they are good on, in a sandwich with some cheese melted. I remember them. I could taste that sandwich right now. I miss that so much. It's so good. Even though they're really bad for you, they're delicious. So I would take those, and then the Zero candy bars. It's Zero.
That was the one in the gray, like a silver packet. Yep. Silver and blue.
Silver, blue, and white.
I never had one of those.
You know what? So what's wild is A, that's my favorite candy bar. B, yesterday when we were driving back from the barbecue competition, my teammate was driving. He wanted to stop at the gas station for a couple snacks, so we stopped, and I got one. And then C, yeah, man, that was normally like the only place you would find them. Now you can see them more in stores. But it's like white fudge wrapped up around some like chocolate nougat, caramel, and peanuts. It's the most random thing.
Interesting.
I don't know why, but that's my favorite candy bar. So
yeah.
There it is. What's your favorite candy bar?
Man, growing up, it was whatchamacallits.
Okay, yeah.
100 grand, Nestle Crunch. Can you consider Reese's Peanut Butter Cups candy bar? They're candy, but it's not a candy bar.
Yep.
And Milky Way and Three Musketeers. Yeah,
nice. Yeah, I think you can consider Reese's as no, maybe you can't consider it as a candy bar because it's legitimately not a bar.
Yeah, it's just cups of
It's just
peanut butter and chocolate.
It's like a confection.
Yeah,
it's like a flat chocolate truffle with frills.
Yep. Oh, and Mr. Good Bar.
Yeah. I used to love some whatchamacallit. Whatchamacallit was the jam back in the day. Yeah, whatchamacallit, I used to love those. Kit Kats, always. Mr. Good Bar, yeah, was good. Let's see here. Trying to think. Like I said, Zero was my favorite. Three Musketeers and Milky Way were two of my sneaky favorites, even though they it was like Three Musketeers was great. The Milky Way was like the cherry on top because it's basically the same thing, but it had
the caramel.
Yeah. And then Baby Ruth, also used to love some Baby Ruth. Yeah, man, 100 Grand were cool. I only got those like on Halloween though. That's like the only time I ever got those for some reason, I guess. But yeah, man, that's a lot of good stuff. But I'll tell you what, man, that chocolate that we had in Hawaii, that was good. That was some good chocolate.
Yeah, we ate all that. It's like it had like a hint of coffee with it. It tastes a little bit of the fruit. Of course, I had to put it in a refrigerator to get it to harden up because when you melt it, it melted like yeah. So yeah, bro, it was pretty good.
You ever heard of this? It's called a Who's a What's It? That's like your whatchamacallit, but it's called a Who's a What's It.
Who's a What's It?
Wow,
that's interesting.
There you go. It's Hershey land, so you can get it there. Yeah, man. People out there in the world, what are your candy favorites? You know, what would you steal from Dollar General or Family Dollar or I don't know, fact of that matter, any store if you were bad, or what have you stole since you were bad? Interesting. Yeah, I remember there was a long-standing love of Butterfinger because of Bart Simpson. And
those two.
They did that long commercial series with Bart Simpson, saying nobody better lay a finger on my Butterfinger. So, PB Max, did you have those?
I don't even know what that is. Peanut butter Max.
Yeah, PB Max. Those were good. It was like some kind of graham cracker style on the bottom, top of chocolate peanut butter.
I remember those. Yeah,
I was a fan of those, big time. Thingamajig. So there's a Who's a What's It, a whatchamacallit, and a Thingamajig. Man, they tripping now. Nah. Oh, also, I know you said something about the honey buns. Yeah, Little Debbie snacks. I would be ganking. When I say gank, that's back in the day. Yeah. I would be ganking all of the Little Debbie oatmeal cream pies. They'd be gone. I take all the boxes. All of them.
What if they let you loose in like Costco or Sam's and just let you run wild?
And you just had a shopping spree?
Yeah.
Man.
Midnight shopping spree. Just you by yourself.
I would take, first of all, I would take like one of their freezers. It's not on sale normally.
Just the freezer.
I would take the freezer and I would stuff it with all of the meat that I could. All of the brisket and meat. And some ice cream. And then so that would be A. Then I would take I wouldn't take all the paper towels.
So you'd have to roll there with the U-Haul.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would go to their garage section and get like all those like really cool like garage what do you call it, like toolbox and storage sets, you know what I'm trying to say? I would take those. I would take like all the pallets of, or I'd take a couple pallets of charcoal. I would take other consumable food. I would take the vitamins that are like basically vitamin C because that's the stuff we buy there a lot. I'm trying to think what else I would get. I would get like some iPad, phones, computers, obviously a couple TVs, sound systems. I mean, I don't know, man. I would go a little crazy. I get one of them jackets in there because their coats last for a long time. They're really good. Oh man, I go to the book section and get those books that I always want to buy, but I never actually pull the trigger when I'm there. Wow, I don't know, man. it would be a wild shopping spree up in Costco. Though I wouldn't really get any food that would go bad soon, like any fresh food, because I mean, maybe I would, just like a thing of strawberries because we eat them right away, but I wouldn't like get a bunch of that. I would get like the high price stuff that I always look at and walk by. I would even get like a play set in the backyard, even though my kids don't be like playing no more like that.
Yeah,
I get one just because they got
just
cool.
for you.
Yes. What about you?
I would probably do pretty much the same thing. Definitely hitting up all the snack out, knowing I don't need this stuff, but I just have a sweet tooth. The peanut M&Ms would be gone. Chocolate covered raisins would be gone. Yeah, so all of that. Definitely electronic section. TVs. Probably don't need that many TVs, but I would probably take all the TVs so I could resell them.
Yeah.
Don't know how I would get a couch inside my vehicle, whatever I'm taking.
Yeah.
Maybe some mattresses. Yeah. Definitely hitting up the frozen food section, the meat section, getting me seafood. Why not just go? Yeah, just let me get the whole store, man.
That's so funny.
You just pack it all up. Wouldn't have any space for any of this. Just be sitting in my garage and rotting away. But I'd figure out how to do something.
You could find a way to flip it.
Yeah.
If you didn't need to keep it.
True. Very true. So what if you went to like a Home Depot or Lowe's and they have all those big Christmas and Halloween decorations, like the Frosty the Snowman that's like, 2.5 stories tall. You know what I'm trying to say? The blow up things. If you got let loose in a Home Depot or Lowe's, what type of things would you buy during one of those holiday seasons? Like Christmas time or Thanksgiving time, or what's the other one is Halloween. What would you grab? Or anytime. I don't know. You mean like just decorations or anything?
Anything. I just call those out because for some reason I think I would get some of those. So whatever. Yeah,
I mean, I'd probably go for that too. I'd definitely get a large Frosty, maybe something scary that's way too overpriced for me to get. So I'll just stick with that for now. Definitely some lights. Always need some lights. We got so much lights, I don't even put them all up every year. But give me some lights. Yeah. May as well grab a refrigerator while I'm at it, knowing it's probably not on sale.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Any projects or anything like that you would?
I'd get every power tool I need that I don't have, and then more. Grab me a bunch of wood since it's overpriced already. Yeah. Hit up the rental department and just grab something from there. Wouldn't rent it, just take it.
Just take it.
Yeah, just take it. Yeah, man. I think that might be it. No, maybe hit up the what do you call that? The plant department. Give me some trees, some starter trees to plant in my yard. Okay. Yeah, trying to think a little bit, about the environment. It'd probably be so much stuff I'd end up getting that I probably wouldn't use. Go to the plumbing department, give me some stuff that I wouldn't need. Give me a new lawnmower. I think they sell those pushless lawnmowers, the ones where you could just set it up on your phone and let it run. Yeah. Get one of those.
One of those auto mowers.
Yeah, one of those.
Those things are cool, man.
Yeah. But I'm sure somebody would probably steal it out my yard while it's running. But
yeah.
Something like
probably.
That. Something like that. Yeah.
That's funny.
Cool. What you got?
Wow. So from Home Depot and Lowe's, power tools. Like a really nice tool chest, just like or like a tool wall setup, like we talked about for Costco. Similar to you, I would definitely get one of those extra large, scary, things to blow up and stand outside, or one of those things you walk by and it's like a big crypt keeper. It's like, I would get that. And also a 2-story tall Santa Claus and Frosty the Snowman to go outside to blow up.
2-story tall Santa Claus. Yep.
Yeah. And I would also get one of those, battery powered generators and some solar panels to stick on it, so I could use that to power the Santa Clauses and the Frosties and the other things outside.
Now here's the question: would you get it with the music and face it towards your neighbor's way, so she could come over and say that you need to remove the bark out of your
out of my dog collar? Yeah, out of my dog throat. Yeah, I really would. I would get the Ryobi one, because I've seen those. Or they have a DeWalt one too that's like a boombox. I would get that and specifically place it set up like that. No, man, yeah. I would get, once again, I would get barbecue essentials, just like the other place. Wood, charcoal, like things like that. Maybe there's like a grill or two that I would get from one of those places. Oh, wow. I'm trying to think. I would get a riding. Well, no, I would say I'd get a riding lawnmower. But the one, like you said, the auto mower, I get one for the front and one for the back. Because, and the only reason I would do that is because if you get one of them and you have a fence, you basically have to cut a hole in your fence so the one can cut your whole yard.
True. That's true.
Yeah. So I would do that. I would get 2. I program them each, one for the front, one for the back, and let them ride. I'm trying to think what else, man. Wow. There's so much stuff, so much stuff. So I would get a shed. You know how they have those sheds like in the parking lot you can just get built? I would just get one of those, like the most sturdy one that I like, and just bring it, like the wooden kind. Just bring it in and set it up in my backyard. You already have a shed, so you don't need one. So,
I may as well get another one.
Yeah, right. Oh yeah, you're right. I would get that. I'm trying to think what else they have in there. I would buy one of the. I would get one of those torches that you could connect to the propane tank, and like you can make a blowtorch, just so because I like, I don't know, I like fire, so why not?
Just like fire.
I would. I don't know, man. Oh, I think I would get a lot of fertilizer and weed and feed, because those are the most annoying things to buy: fertilizer and weed and feed.
True.
I would get those. True. So yeah, man, I think that would be the gist of it. I'm not sure. I think that's it.
Yeah.
So, wow. Okay, well, hey, thank you for that topic, Memphis Diva. Trying to figure out what we would take. Yeah. So, I'm trying to figure out this topic here, because sometimes these rappers, be out here taking people's names and putting them down, and just make sure they write a song about them later. So right now we have 2 rappers who just dropped music, and they have had opposing views, so to speak, in their time frame, even though they have been friends as well. So we have, Kanye West dropped the Donda, and Drake dropped the CLB, Certified Lover Boy. How much have you heard of either album, and what are your impressions?
I've heard all of Donda's. I listened to that one twice. Certified Lover Boy that just came out a couple days ago. I tried to power through it. I tried to power through it on Friday. It was tough because I'm not a Drake fan per se. Whenever he's on his Lover Boy type stuff and lovey dovey, whatever. There was like a few songs I liked, and then there was like others that are it just wasn't for me. So I don't think I finished the album. I'm gonna have to revisit it next week sometime just to do it, just to say I gave it a fair listen. But You know, I like the Donda album. I don't want to compare it to like his earlier stuff, but I see where he was going with this, especially, you know, trying to make music that his mother would listen to. I think that's what he said.
Random Ramsey Rob just posted a comment. What's up?
Uh-oh. What up, B Rob? We all love that too. So, yeah. Yeah, but overall, I think it was. I thought the Donda album was pretty good. I didn't care for the Certified Lover Boy on the first impression, but I'll revisit it.
Mm-hmm. So I've only listened to one song from Donda because I just started listening to Certified Lover Boy last night. So only listened to one song from Donda, and that was Kanye and Andre 3000. Mm-hmm. So that was the Kanye diss toward Drake, apparently, and then Drake's diss toward Kanye was from the 7 a.m. on Bridle Path. So I listened to that, and I listened to, I think, all the Certified Lover Boy. I think I finished like maybe the last song before we started talking today. Donda, 3-hour show. We'll talk about that in just a second. Mm-hmm. So basically, I did like the Certified Lover Boy, and I don't think Drake was on his lovey-dovey for most of that. Honestly,
it sounded like he was, but I could be wrong.
I don't know. I don't think he was. I do think though something that caught me about his album was on a lot of the songs, he had a beat switch somewhere during the song, somewhere Travis in the middle Scott-ish. Of the song. Yeah, and he did have Travis Scott actually on the song, but and I think some of those beat switches turned out really well. Some of them I actually wish that he had actually kept the same beat throughout the whole one. I think the one with Travis Scott on was called like Fair Trade. And he started out with I can't remember who the rapper is who made the beat on that, but it was dope. But the cool part was on that song, they maybe it's that song, maybe it's another song. They they had like a real good call out to like UGK. And they basically copied their their rapping style and like maybe like 4 words from one of the songs. If I wasn't rapping, baby, I would still be, and then they started on a different tangent. But I thought it was dope. But yeah, I thought overall it was really good. I thought the beat switches were nice in most places, and the features were mainly good. Now I haven't seen. Oh yeah, Project Pat. Yeah, Project Pat was on there. So I hadn't heard of all of Kanye's yet, but yeah, 3-hour show says Donda is a greatly produced album, but a poop performance by Kanye. Which I did see. Drake does love his son.
Sounded like he was talking about multiple kids. Does he have multiple kids?
I don't know. As far as we know, he just has one. But the funny thing is, the cover art for it. The cover art is it looked like a bunch of pregnant mamas. And then how about Project Pat on there? Yep. Saw Project Pat on there. So yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I thought it was good. I thought the diss track from Kanye was also good, but Kanye basically only rapped for half of that because the first half was Andre 3000 and the second half was Kanye. So I don't know. What is your thought? And maybe even B Rob, you can answer this. What is your thought about adding another individual into your diss track for somebody else? Because really it's you versus them. But then if you bring somebody else on, does that say that you're teaming up? Does that say that does that say you don't have enough content on your own? Or does that say that this person maybe has the same feelings toward them? So
the thing is, I don't think Andre 3000 knew that Kanye was going at Drake.
Okay.
So I think Kanye just put him on the song just to have him on the song. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he made it clear that, this my verse is going to be about Drake. Mm-hmm. So if that was the case, I don't think Andre would have jumped on. But
yeah. 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 Let's see here. 3-hour show. Let's see what you say. It's an awkward situation for the other person if they're not beefing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would, that's right. What you say,
Yep.
man. That makes sense. I don't know,
think
man.
he said he actually was supposed to be on Certified Lover Boy as well.
Was
Andre 3000, yeah.
Oh, dang. Yeah. I'll
So
have to
that
go
really
back
would
and
have
look.
been awkward.
Yeah, that would have been real awkward. I would have to go back, but it would have been funny though if they were both on each. If he was on both of their diss tracks for the other person without knowing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's childish having somebody to jump into your fight without you really putting up a full fight. And yeah, I do think it's an awkward situation for that person.
Sounds like the Royce the 5'9" situation.
Yeah. But like, I don't know, man. I think that if Kanye wanted to diss, he should have just straight up all himself, one track, just like that. But I'll have to go back and look at that Certified Lover Boy and see if Drake had anybody on his track for that. Because let's see, he just might have. Let's see here. 7 a.m. 7 a.m. on Bridle Path. There you go. So now we all know where Drake lives. It's a Bridle Path. Up in Toronto, I guess. Trying to see, because I don't want to go to the video. I do want to go to something that will tell us more information. So I guess it just switched off the tab. So let me stop sharing.
I did think was kind of funny. So Kanye bought a bunch of billboards in Toronto to advertise his album right as Drake was releasing his.
Okay. That's funny because did you see what Drake did? Drake actually advertised in all of the towns or all of the cities and where I guess his features grew up.
Yeah.
So like in Houston, he's like Houston's, what do they call it? Beyonce? Or not Beyonce, Travis Scott. I guess he said whatever the nickname some people knowing Travis Scott for in Houston. Okay. They had him there in New York. They said he's like the GOAT is on CLB, like in different parts of the country he had that, and the world really wherever those people were.
Gotcha.
So that's interesting that Kanye did that. So obviously that's a strike right back at him. I'm trying to see. Kanye did have a interesting, had an interesting like feature, I guess you would want to say, or like audio clip in that track that he did with Andre 3000. It was DMX at the end of it say, it was like "Daddy's home," or it's gonna be all right, baby, or whatever. Like DMX actually talking to his kid, from an old video. So that was interesting to hear that because you can imagine DMX's voice and the whole scenario playing out. So it's sad. It's sort of sad to sort of hear that, obviously with the fact that DMX passed. So
yeah.
Let's see here.
B Rob says he prefers "He Eats with Wolves" by Sir John Lee.
Oh
Definitely
yeah, always
a great album.
Yeah,
everybody should check out.
Yeah,
still waiting on that new album.
Mm-hmm. The thing is,
that comes out.
Yeah, what's so funny about that is, Sir John Lee actually, he actually posted something. Oops, here we go. He actually posted something just, I guess, last night or something like that. Shout out to him. That said that, after listening to Drake and Kanye's album, he's excited and he's also not ready to like put his album on pause. So, I guess before, maybe he would have, had different thoughts and wanted to delay the start of his album or the release of his album. Right. But in this case, he doesn't. So, I think it seems like he has like some more confidence going. So that's a good thing. So yeah, man, hopefully he does continue to build and grow and make that. So yeah, I don't see I don't think anybody else is on this because I think it shows the features. So yeah, Drake did his 7 a.m. on Bridle Path all by himself. So Kanye, you should have done that too. You shouldn't have brought somebody else into the scenario. Oops. So I don't know. Anyway. So yeah, we definitely do prefer He Eats with Wolves because that was some great music. Is some great music. So
Yes.
anyway, well, now is that time of the show where Jay would normally cue some Careless Whisper by George Michael. And if you're listening to the audio podcast version, you'll hear that come in at some point in time. If you're watching us on YouTube right now, just imagine Careless Whisper playing in your ears. And yeah, this is how we tell the people to tap their love box. Yeah. So if you are a certified lover boy, if you're too sexy,
for your
shirt, tap your love box.
If you are too sexy for a rope tie around your neck, tap your love box.
As B-Rob says in the chat, yes. If you have careless titty meat, I don't know why that would tap your love box. Oh man. Oh wow. If you have ever had a Karen come to your door and you've clapped back at her as she was Karening you, tap your love box.
If you've ever had a Karen to tell you to take the bark out of your dog, tap your love box. What is did she say the bark?
She literally said that my daughter and son-in-law had to take the barker out of her dog.
The barker.
Because he barked too much. I'm gonna tell you what, like I said earlier, I'm not really a fan of dogs, and like my dog is like, whatever. I know he's annoying, things like that, but that is cruel. And the only animals that I do cruel stuff to is beef, pork, and chicken, and fish. Sometimes rabbit and duck. That's about it. But yeah.
All right.
But the cruelty is just cooking them and eating them. I guess that's not cruel at all. But yeah, that's what she said. That's ridiculous. If you have ever walked through a Dollar General store and thought about all the things that you would steal, if you if you could, if you were bad, if you're a bad boy like that, then tap your love box.
Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed.
If Kawhi knew what to do his hand.
What'd you say?
I just read what B-Rob posted about the Drake "I'm Too Sexy" video. Kawhi knew what to do with his hands, and he tapped his love box.
Interesting.
Yes, you're right.
That's funny.
Kawhi's awkward.
Damn. What other love boxes I got to tap? If shit. Well, that part's gonna get edited out because I'm not even sure what to tap now. If you think it's crazy that DJ Academic is threatening Meek Mill by saying he know where his son lives, tap your love box because them be more than fighting words. Them be like,
wait, DJ Academics is threatening Meek Mill?
Yeah, saying I know where your son lives. So that sounds like a threat to me. I don't know if it looks good for DJ Academic because he doesn't give off these tough guy vibes at all.
Is he a gangster?
He's an internet gangster because he's been hanging out with Tekashi Snitch 9. So that's where he gets his gangster from.
He's on his gangster-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Like just like that Drake album, which I'm gonna tell you something about DJ Academics in a second. But yeah, I think that's off, man. I don't think that's cool. You can't do that.
No,
you don't bring the kids in there unless you are a true mob boss, or Yakuza or something like that. But hey, maybe he is, and we just don't know it. Maybe his little brown doughboy persona is just a farce, like in the front. But no, so it's funny because I saw a video where I think he's just like yelling and screaming on the video. He's like, Drake is my favorite rapper. He's number one. Forget a top 10 or some or top 3. Drake is number one. And then like in the next clip, as he's listening to this Certified Lover Boy, he falls asleep. You see him sleeping at the desk. So let's see here. B-Rob said, tap your love box if you're off the night shift. Throwing up the horn. So yeah, tap your love box there. And also he said, tap your love box if you get the Soldier Xbox for a stepchild. What was it called? The Soldier
console.
Yeah, the Soldier console. There you go.
Still looking for that one.
He had some issue with Atari this week because I think he had like bought some stock in for a couple of their like streaming games. And I think maybe it was last week, and he posted something saying that he owned Atari. And Atari like basically like replied to him in his Twitter post, sort of saying, you only own like, I don't know, 1 million shares or something, like something that was like really small compared to the whole. And so he like went off, he's like, I don't need y'all little console anyway. Y'all stupid console, nobody even play. So yeah, it was funny, man. Soulja Boy is still out there doing ridiculousness. Yeah, man. Trying to think.
I applaud the hustle, little Soulja Boy.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Always applaud the hustle, even though you never know.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But yeah, I guess on that note, we're going to tap our love box and get on out of here. We've been on here for a minute. The first, really honestly, the first hour, we were trying to figure out what the heck we were doing to try to get this. And then we stopped that and we restarted it. And yeah, we had a pretty nice little show here. So
yeah, 2 hours long, man. We've been going long.
For real?
2 hours and 12 minutes.
Dang. All right, we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go. My wife is probably wondering where I'm at.
B-Rob, thanks for joining.
Yes, thank you for joining, and titty meat to you too.
Yeah.
All right, people. # Blackout Pod. That's where you can find us, Twitter and Instagram. # Blackout Podcast on YouTube is where you can find us doing this live stream every Sunday or whenever you get a notification that we're doing it. And then you can check out all your other streaming services for podcasts. Do a Google search for them. # blackoutpod@gmail.com is where you can find us. To email us stuff, whatever questions you want. Email us some pictures, some stories. I don't know, whatever you want to. Or you could just call us 3853-BLAKPC or 385-325-2572. Let us know what you think about removing the barker from a dog. If you remove your barker from your dog, or how should Jared have handled his Karen situation? And then after you do that, hit up hooksrub.com so you can smoke some meat, get the whole neighborhood smoky, so that Karen could come up to your house and tell you there is a ordinance about smoke in the neighborhood.
Oh man, I'll be blowing that smoke right at that lady house.
You should.
I got a fan. I'm ready to do that.
Especially with her sliding door open, you should do that.
Oh yeah,
go right in there.
It's already smoky out here because these dang wildfires. So yeah, we'll just add to the smoke flavor in our house. Yes, definitely. Yeah, and you know what, man? Just stay tuned to Hooks, Rubs, and Spices. I got a little giveaway thing that I'm trying to set up going on right now, but also there's a lot of good things in the works, especially coming up next. I have a double demo at the Utah State Fair on the 12th of September. They're also selling my seasoning in the fair store. I have some other big opportunities that are happening with some grocery stores that's about to jump off as well. Just launched within the past couple weeks at a meat market there in Watauga, Texas. So go hit up Prolific Butcher Shop. You want to grab you some high quality meat, because I know the meat manufacturer they get it from, or not manufacturer, but the farm they get their meat from. But also there's some places in Houston that are there's a restaurant called Mijo's Barbecue up in Livingston. So go grab you some barbecue there that's using my product. But then there's a couple other spots in Houston that are trying to holler at me to get some rub down there. So I'm just keep trying to spread that Hooks Rub, just sprinkle myself all over the place. So yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So on that note, thank y'all for joining. Y'all have a great week. Stay out the way of them Karens, but if a Karen approaches you, make sure you hit her with the okie doke.
Not
and
physically.
I'm blacking out. Not physically, just the okie doke.
Not physically. All right,
And I'm blacking out.
I'm blacking out as well. Deuces.
Peace.